Hello and welcome to your midweek messages. Today is Wednesday, the 18th of May, 2022. So we're in Manifesting May still. So if you haven't seen the cards for the month of May, then I will put the link in the description and the video in the end screen. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. Thank you so much for joining. And if you are not new to my channel, thank you for coming back. Either way, let's see what's going on. The cards are coming out. They have a message for us this midweek. Let's see what it is. I've got 4. 4's the magic number. Okie dokie. Wow. Okay. Well, it's certainly true for me, as always. These messages are for me, as always, but I love sharing them with you. Now, the first one is the 5 of Pentacles. Now, the 5 of Pentacles is typically the scarcity card. It's the lack and limitation card. You see, it's got homeless people walking in the snow and they don't look very well. So they lack health and they lack a home. They obviously lack financial security. They're walking past a church which has pentacles in the window, so they could probably get shelter and warmth and some kind of food or something in there, but they're walking past it. So there's something going on here. They're not seeing what's right for them, or they're not seeing what's good for them. That's what it is. It has many different interpretations, right? I have to kind of tap into what it's that say, which interpretation is relevant for today. And it's they're not seeing where their abundance lies. That's what I want to say. They can't see where the abundance lies, and they're living in lack. Now, this is interesting because actually some friends of mine and I had a conversation yesterday about what is lack. What does it mean? What does lack mean to you? Because some people would say that I'm living in lack because I'm living in a mobile home at the moment, but I don't feel like I'm living in lack at all. I've never felt more abundant in my whole life. So what is lack? And what does your life have to be like for you to feel like you're living in lack? The only thing that for me that this is coming up is, I think for a lot of people, they're going to be feeling like they have a lack of money. Okay. I think a lot of people are going to feel, that's always the case, that because of this money programming that we've been through, that you have to make money, you have to make a lot of money, you have to save money. If you spend money, you have to make it back again. You know, this whole thing, you know, someone said to me yesterday, because I'm investing a lot of money in the garden retreat, and someone said to me, well, you have to make that money back, business wise. And I was thinking, do I have to? Who says that when you invest in something you have to make that investment money back? Why not? Maybe you're just making the money that you need. It's make the money that you need. If you make a big investment, let's say you buy a house for 100,000 or what have you, that doesn't mean you've then got to, I've got to make 100,000 whatever currency back again now because I've spent 100,000. It doesn't work like that, does it? Because you have the investment. You have the investment. So you spend 50 euros on a treatment for yourself. You don't have to go off and make that 50 euros again. You've invested in yourself. That 50 euros is energy, and it's created energy within you. That's what I want to say. So an investment, a financial investment in yourself or in anything, creates that investment of energy. You get the energy back. And that energy can include money. It's Pentacles, remember? My interpretation. It can be money. It can be resources. It can be energy. It's abundance. It can be love. It can be joy. It can be harmony. It can be peace. It's anything you want it to be. So this is again shaking us up about what it's about, this money programming that we've all been through. And so another video I'll put in the description is my one on 3 things you need to know about money from an energy perspective. I'll put the link in the description and the video in the end screen, because this is something about that, because my favorite affirmation as well, galore, galore, I have everything I need and more. Because that's what a lot of people are finding. I'm meeting a lot of people, I've said this before, you know, that they materialistically have less, but they feel more and more abundant. Because we're realizing that that's not where our joy comes from. That's not where our love comes from. That's not where our power comes from. Our power does not come from our materialism. Comfort, yes. Our comfort comes from our materialism. There's a difference. Our self-esteem doesn't come from our materialism, does it? And I mean, if buying something is going to raise your frequency, then you need to buy it. You know, you need to spend the money on it. And if that's a material thing, then you need to do that. You know, this is not an anti-materialism, you know, message. This is a thinking before you buy, or maybe not even thinking actually, because the next card is the Hanged Man. And my interpretation of him is actually not to think, because when you think, you're using your limited human mind. And our thinking processes are in the 4th dimension. And so when we analyze, and when we think, when we ponder, and even when we have discussions, like the one I had about lack with my friends yesterday, that's all 4th dimension. Because when you are accessing 5th dimensional levels of consciousness, it flows. Life flows through you. And that's what's happening with him. He's spiritually guided and he's not taking any action, right? It looks like he's not taking any action. The traditional message with this card is don't force action, but don't force it. But you'll act when the energy flows through you, because you won't be able to do anything else. You know what it's like if you've got itchy feet and you want to dance, you've got to get up and dance, haven't you? You know, if you know, your body knows when you need to go and do something. Okay, so and often when we do something that is active, whether it be, you know, our physical activity for relaxation or what have you, or whether it be towards our abundance activity or our work, job, those words I don't like very much, but you know what I mean. The action flows through us, you know, it flows through. So it's not about not doing, it's about not making an effort, because when it flows through us, it's effortless and choiceless and easy and joyful. So that's what he's saying. He's a major arcana card that's like, follow your energy. So if you're not feeling to take action, then that's because it's not for you. It's not flowing through you. But when your divine inspiration needs some action to it, it will come out of you so effortlessly. Time-wise as well, the other thing I wanted to say about this card was, and this is where it resonates with me, is this time, because everything's gone boom. And so I'm like, I'm feeling a little lack of time. Time is just an illusion, right? And time, or as Doctor Who says, it's kind of wibbly wobbly lines. And you've often noticed, haven't you, that sometimes, you know, time can seem to drag and other times it flies, and it's because it's all relative. It's because it's all relative. I remember one time we were overtaking a truck that had live pigs in it on the motorway, and as we were overtaking it, my husband was driving and I saw these pigs, and you know, I'm a vegetarian, so it was, and they were clearly going to market, so it triggered something in me, and I went through this whole kind of experience and this whole vision, and I don't know how else to explain it. It was something going on, but what went on within me seemed to take like half an hour, and when I came out of it, we were still overtaking the truck, and I remember thinking, how long have we been overtaking this truck? And we've been overtaking it for seconds, but those seconds were long enough for me to have a whole experience with these pigs. in the back of this van. Oh dear, I'm not quite sure where I shared that. It just made me sound a bit crazy. Hey ho. So yes, you could be feeling a lack of time, a lack of resources, a lack of energy. These eclipse energies are so intense that we need to rest more. A lot of people find it difficult to sleep with these energies, especially like the full moon and what have you. So yeah, there is. It's come up first this midweek to let it remind us what is lack, because if you have a lack of energy, it's not really a lack of energy, is it? It's just your body telling you to rest. So you actually have an abundance of intuition. You see how we can change things around? So I don't have a lack of time. I have all the time in the world. I just need to activate whatever it was that was activated when we were overtaking the big truck. Anyway, the point being, we need to go with our flow. That's the point, because, and I love this card, the Three of Wands comes after the Two of Wands, of course, which is that decision. And it's, to me, it's very connected to heaven on earth, because I think he's looking out over the shores of heaven on earth. And the Three of Wands is the one that comes after having made a decision about living from the heart. Like setting an intention to co-create heaven on earth in physical form. And I say co-create because because that's what we're doing. We're co-creating heaven on earth in physical form. But he is he's about collaboration, although he's on his own here in the picture. He's about collaboration with others. And the three tells us that, and if you're watching this video, it tells me that you've already made that decision. You're a star seed. You know that you have a purpose. You might not always know what it is, but you're enjoying the journey, possibly feeling tired, experiencing ascension symptoms, all of this, but you have an inner knowing that you're going in the right direction. If you're anything like me, you suddenly realize what you're doing here. This last couple of years has brought me so much joy and relief, because I finally know what I'm doing here. You know, what is life? What are we doing here? What's going on? What is this physical world? And now we know. Now we know why we're here. And although we might not know exactly how we're going to experience and express ourselves, we know that we're here to raise our frequency and to help raise the frequency of the collective. So most of you, I am sure, are feeling super driven. That's what this card is telling me, that we're feeling super driven because we are creating this new paradigm, this new way of living and giving and everything else, because we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's our destiny. It's our fate. We chose it. This is the birth chart. This is what I call the soul profile. You know, this is coming up a lot lately because it's in the stars. You know, it's in the stars. We are from the stars. We're from star systems, most of us, star seeds, you know, and it was our destiny to incarnate in physical form at this time for this great awakening, and to help ourselves wake up, and by helping others. You know, we wake ourselves up. We step into our purpose when we help others step into theirs. So it's beautiful. It gives you a real sense of purpose, right? And meaning. You know, you get to put the meaning on your life, of course. I'll put a link in the description to that video as well, because I think it's very relevant. But we get to put the meaning on what we do. And so, yeah, we're living with purpose and from the heart. It's a whole different way of living, because he's living from the heart, and his life is easy, choiceless, effortless, joyful, peaceful, you know, fun, even when you're tired, even when you haven't had sleep, even when you have less materialism than you had, you know, even when maybe you're on your own, maybe you've left a relationship and you're feeling a bit lonely. Okay, whatever this feeling of lack is, it's temporary, and you can perceive it from another point of view, from another level of consciousness, and you can literally turn that feeling of scarcity into one of abundance, just by choosing to change the way you look at it. So yeah, they're powerful. But this is all part of the learning process, isn't it? Mastering our thoughts and mastering our emotions. So if you are feeling lonely at all, then the more you go within, the more you'll realize that you're never alone. And everybody outside of you is a reflection of a part of you. So if you want to bring more love into your life, it's about learning to love yourself. And if you do find yourself on your own, it's because your higher self has created that for your benefit. And that's so that you can learn to love yourself. Because the more you love yourself, the more you're going to be able to create that loving reality around you, that heaven on earth around you. And maybe you weren't going to have that journey inward within the relationship you were in. Maybe you had to come out of it. You have to, this is why solitude is so important. You have to be on your own to really feel what's going on, because we're so easily distracted. We're so easily distracted by people and activities and the internet, all sorts of things, that we don't really tap into who we really are. And we need to do that because there are so many emotions coming up at the moment, so many emotions. And they're ours. We need to take responsibility for them, because there's another video, the importance of willingness and getting out of denial. I'll put a link in the description to that as well, because we need to understand that we are basically an energy field of emotions. And we are, it's like Dolores Cannon says, we are the script writer, the director, the actors. We're actually acting in our own play, and the other participants, the other people in our reality, they're acting, but they're under the direction of our energy. So they're under our direction, but not our human thinking mind. They're under the direction of our frequency and our energy field, and whatever. So, and we have loads of trapped emotions, right? And don't be in denial about that, right? We've got to, understand. So that's why, do you ever find that you behave differently with different people? That's because you are the universe, and there's different parts to you, different aspects to you, and different people, bring out different parts of us. That's because they are reflecting back to us those different aspects of us, if that makes sense. And some of them are bringing out aspects of us that we don't like. Okay, and then we're learning not to judge that, not to judge the parts of us that you don't like. Okay, because it will come out originally, it will come out, in the beginning as judgment to the person that's letting you know that, the person who's reflecting that back to you. They'll say or do something and you won't like it, and your first thought will be, they're in the wrong. But of course, more fingers, you point a finger and more fingers are pointing at you, because they are following the direction of your frequency. So whatever that emotion that they're triggering within you, it starts within you, it's in you, and it's getting reflected back to you by that actor. And then this actor is reflecting back your love. This actor is reflecting back your peace. This actor is reflecting back some anger. This actor is reflecting back, they're all reflecting back the emotions within you. So if you don't like the emotion that they're reflecting back, then you want to put your consciousness on it, observe it, relax your physical body, read Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now, because he talks a lot about relaxing and observing the emotion, and feel it. You've got to feel it to heal it. You've got to feel it to heal it. The reason it's in you is because it wasn't felt. And the reason that a lot of us are in denial about it is because we don't associate ourselves with feeling that emotion. But this emotion could be inherited. It could be from this lifetime, from an experience you had in this lifetime, but it could also be an experience you had in the past life. It could be an experience that a parent had, a biological parent had, that passed it on to you, any of your ancestors, because we're clearing so much density at the moment. So if emotions are coming up within you that seem atypical of your personality, don't be in denial about it. Oh, it's got to be their fault because I'm not that kind of person. Well, you're clearing energy from the collective, from your culture, as I said, from your ancestors, from your biological parents, from your gender as well. We're clearing energy from the density, basically. And when you've cleared a lot of your own energy, we're clearing from the collective. So it's ongoing, I'm afraid. But every time you clear some of that density by observing it, letting that emotion, feeling it, and not making it wrong. There's nothing wrong with you because you're feeling an emotion that you don't like. That doesn't make anything wrong, because you came here for a human experience. You came here for a feeling experience. So if you're feeling an emotion that you don't like, don't make yourself wrong about it. It's okay, but feel it, because by feeling it, you're processing it. And the reason that it is still there in your energy field is because you or someone, or at some time in one of your lives or one of your someone's life, it wasn't being felt. It wasn't being acknowledged. So acknowledge it and feel it, and sit with it. You know, we're always trying to get rid of it. We're always, yeah, I talk a lot about releasing it, but yes, obviously your desire is to release it, but ignoring it isn't going to release it. Denying it isn't going to release it. Blaming somebody else outside of you isn't going to release it, because there is only you. There is only you creating your reality. I know when I say there is only you, people sort of think, well, there isn't, because there's all these other actors that we've talked about that are reflecting me back. Yes, of course, but there is only you creating your reality. They're not creating your reality. They are a mirror letting you know what your reality is. They're letting you know who you are. They're not creating it, you are. Okay, so you are creating the actors, the reflection, the experiences. Your higher self is choosing it. And if you're feeling a little bit under pressure or anything, your higher self, because it's manifesting May and everything's happening so quickly, your higher self is giving you opportunities to grow. This came up in the last couple of videos. You've got opportunities to grow, and so your higher self, because you are the universe, remember, it's just dishing you all these opportunities, and you might be viewing them as challenges. But that's only your thinking, your lack of thinking. You're thinking, you know, it's a negative thing. It's, you know, don't have enough time, don't have enough energy, don't have enough money, don't have enough, you see? So you're going back into lack because you're getting all these challenges. But if you shift the way you look at it, you realize that the universe is you, your higher self, is giving you everything you need. Everything you need to expand into more of who you are. So, and it's what we came here to do. So I'm going to love you and leave you on that one, expanding into more of who you are. Love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know what you're expanding into, and what you're manifesting in this manifesting May. If you'd like a private reading, get in touch. The link is in the description. Enjoy the rest of the week. Lots of love to you all, and bye for now.